Hello and welcome to Beyond Skyrim Morrowind's showcase for Creation ModCon 2025. Since last ModCon, the Morrowind team has reached several important milestones on the road to releasing the New North. Among the most notable is the completion of final edits to the New North's main questline, which you can see the first hints of here. But we won't be diving into those quests today. Instead, we'll be taking a look at one of the miscellaneous quests provided by the Imperial Archaeological Society. Formerly funded by High King Torrig in a deal with House Redoran to study Nordic and Dwemer ruins in the islands, recent events in Skyrim have deprived the archaeologists of their patron. Luckily, we've already secured a new source of funding for them, and the Society is now able to send us out on new expeditions. Let's see what's first on their agenda. Nurasa, an archivist at the Imperial Archaeological Society, has just given us a mission to follow up on a lead regarding a cup made from the skull of a Falmer before they deteriorated into the monstrous form we're used to. If the lead turns out to be accurate, it would be a boon for the Society. As you surely noticed, our NPCs do not currently have voice-acted lines yet. In addition to finalizing the main quest for the New North, our writers and editors were busily working on an editing pass for NPC and quest dialogue to improve clarity and playability of our content. That phase of edits was completed earlier this year, and as our implementation team is nearly completed ensuring all the in-game lines have been updated, several of our voice actors have already begun recording their dialogue. We still have some roles in need of talented voice actors, including male and female roles for Dunmer and Nord characters, a female orc role, and a female child role. From Balserma, it's a long walk all the way to Voss, so we'll be skipping ahead occasionally for the sake of experience. But don't worry, we'll be sure to stop by any points of interest along the way. Welcome to Ebonshield Tower, a vital link between the eastern and western ends of the New North. It might not seem like much, but it'll prove quite useful to many adventurers passing through the region. But perhaps it's best to learn more about it from one of the locals. It'd be quite a swim to reach the next island in our journey from here. And who knows what's lurking in these murky waters. Good thing the collop farmer here at Ebonshield will let us use her skiff. Now that we're across the channel, it's a good time to discuss another important milestone we've reached. The last essential 3D asset is currently being completed for the New North, which means that some of our 3D artists have been freed up to pursue various bonus assets that, while not essential for release, certainly will aid in fleshing out the release. This includes several new creatures which we'll see roaming the islands, such as this shock. While primarily based on the same core behaviors as the frostbite spider, the shock includes new custom animations to help distinguish it from its counterpart in Skyrim. You can also loot their fire gland from them, something that will surely come in handy. Another department that still has some work ahead of them is the audio design department. As you may have noticed, the shock is still in need of new sounds to go along with its custom animations. If you're an audio engineer or a sound effects designer, we could use your help. Additional new creatures developed during this phase of production include the iconic Nyx hounds and the Vermi, several new weapons, a new Dunmer alchemy station, and a variety of platforms, stairs, and walkways for our Dwemer tile set. We'll encounter some of these new assets later in the showcase. You may have noticed that we're currently traveling along a fairly well-defined road through this barren archipelago. This is the Pilgrims Road, newly built to help tame these wild islands. This road guides pilgrims, and you, the player, safely through the New North. Just beware, while the road will steer you away from the most dangerous parts of the islands. Wild shocks and Nyx hounds aren't the only things waiting to prey upon innocent travelers wandering between Balserma and Dagenfell. As previously mentioned, our writing and editing department has finalized the New North's main quest and passed it off to our implementation team. We're currently in the process of implementing it. This marks the end of essential writing and editing work for the New North. And just as the 3D department has begun work on additional assets, our writers have now shifted over to other areas of focus. Some have added more world encounters for you to randomly meet in your travels through the islands and mainland Morrowind. We may even see one of those new encounters shortly. Who might this be? Well, that was odd. Anyway, we still have a ways to go before our final destination, so let's skip ahead some more, and soon we'll be coming up on Voss. The Vermi we just encountered is a Daedra of Mehrunes Dagon. Returning from Battlespire in Redguard, it is a fearsome creature that attacks with its claws and bite, dealing poison damage. Though the Vermi is quick and its attacks are powerful, it is not particularly strong, and one can be taken down quickly if you can dodge or resist its poison. Voss, the tower we can see in the distance now, represents another important milestone for us this year, as one of our new Velothi Tower dungeons. Its tileset was only completed last year, and Voss itself is the final dungeon created for the islands of the New North. With that, all interiors and exteriors for the region have had at least a first pass. Our level designers have moved on to polishing and improving our existing landscapes and dungeons, as well as putting the final touches on a minor quest world space separate from the New North itself. A few have even begun work designing upcoming portions of mainland Morrowind. Speaking of mainland Morrowind, many of our writers have now begun work on our first mainland settlements. To the south, as far from these cold and ashy islands as you can get, while still remaining in House Redoran's territory. The city of Silgrad guards the pass to Riften. There, our writers are busy creating the inhabitants of the city, its farms, and its mines. But that, too, is a story for another day. Thankfully, Naras's lead proved accurate this time. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for Morrowind today. You'll have to find out what other stranger relics she has in mind for yourself. We thank you for tuning in and for your patience following the project. Stay tuned for more news and updates from the Morrowind team, and we hope you enjoy the rest of Creation ModCon 2025.